The sun was setting, spreading its golden light across the sky. The park was quiet, except for the soft sound of the wind touching the trees. Children were playing, laughing, running, but among them was one little boy who stood out. He wasn't the loudest. He wasn't running around. He was focused on something that mattered deeply to him, a kite. His small hands held the string tightly. The wind pushed against the kite, sometimes lifting it high, sometimes pulling it down. But the boy didn't give up. He ran, laughed, and tried again. The sun touched his face with a soft orange glow as if nature itself was watching his effort and smiling back. He looked up at his kite, rising beautifully for a moment, and then suddenly, the string twisted. The kite wobbled, lost its rhythm, and fell straight into a tree. The bright paper wings that had just danced in the sky were now trapped between the rough branches. For a few seconds, the boy stood still. He stared at the tree, breathing fast. Around him, some other kids laughed, whispering, "It's stuck. It's gone." But the boy didn't cry. He didn't shout. He just took a deep breath. He slowly walked toward the tree. His small fingers touched the trunk as he looked up at the kite, tangled, stuck, torn slightly from the corner. His eyes didn't show defeat, they showed thought. He took a step back, looked around, and began climbing. His foot slipped once, but he held on. The bark scratched his hand, but he didn't stop. His little legs shook, his shirt caught a branch, but he kept moving up, one step, one breath, one heartbeat at a time. When he reached the branch where the kite was trapped, he smiled. His small hands gently pulled the string, entangling it with patience. The kite was free again. When he came down, holding the kite close to his chest, the same kids who had laughed were now watching quietly. The boy didn't look at them. He just looked up at the sky again, untangled the string, and prepared to run once more. He whispered to himself, "I can do it again." He started running. The wind caught the kite. The paper wings opened once more, lifting slowly and then soaring high, higher than before, shining in the fading sunset light. The boy laughed, his eyes bright, his soul full of quiet pride. That small moment, a child freeing his kite, held a bigger lesson than many people realize. Life, too, is like that kite. We start with excitement, full of dreams, full of hope, and as soon as we rise a little, something pulls us down, maybe failure, rejection, fear, or loss. Our dreams get stuck somewhere between doubt and difficulty. We look up, see them trapped, and feel like giving up. But just like that little boy, we have two choices. We can cry and walk away, or we can climb, get scratched, fall once or twice, and still free our dreams. The truth is, the boy's strength was not in his hands, it was in his heart. He didn't climb the tree just to get a kite. He climbed to prove that he could overcome what stopped him. He climbed because giving up wasn't an option. Every person who has achieved something beautiful in life has lived this same moment in a different form. Some people's tree is failure, some people's tree is fear, and some people's tree is the world telling them they can't do it. But the ones who keep climbing, no matter how hard, are the ones who finally free their dreams. The scratches on that boy's hands were like the struggles we face, painful but temporary. And just like his smile, our reward comes when we finally see our dream flying again, free and bright. The boy didn't get angry at the wind. He didn't blame the tree. He understood that obstacles are part of the game. If you want to fly, you must learn to face the wind. Sometimes, life will make you fall. Sometimes it will trap your dreams where you can't reach them. But those who keep trying, who keep climbing, who keep believing, they're the ones who win in the end. That boy didn't need motivation. He didn't need applause. His courage came from within. That's what growth looks like. Not in the moments when everything works, but in the moments when everything goes wrong and you still keep moving forward. It's easy to smile when everything goes right, but the real strength is smiling when things go wrong. When your kite is stuck, when no one believes in you, when you're alone, tired, and still saying, "I can try again." That's what separates dreamers from doers. That's what makes a simple boy with a kite a symbol of resilience. The sunset behind him slowly faded, and the sky turned deep orange. Yet, his kite kept flying, now higher than before. The same wind that once pushed it down was now helping it rise. Isn't that what life does too? The same pain that once broke us becomes the reason we grow stronger. The same failure that once hurt us becomes the teacher that shapes our future. The same people who once laughed may one day clap for you, not because you proved them wrong, but because you proved yourself right. As the boy ran across the park with his kite high in the sky, the scene said something powerful without words. It said, "Don't stop trying, even when the wind isn't in your favor." Because it's not about the wind. It's about how strongly you hold the string. You can't control the direction of the wind, but you can control how you fly your kite. Life is like that. You can't control circumstances, but you can control your effort, your patience, your attitude. Every person has a kite, their dream, their goal, their purpose. And every person has a tree, a challenge that stops them. But the truth is, no tree is taller than your courage, and no wind is stronger than your will. That little boy's story reminds us that even when the world laughs, even when you fall, even when you get hurt, keep going. Because freedom doesn't come to those who quit, it comes to those who keep climbing. When he reached home that evening, his mother saw his scratched hands and asked, "Did it hurt?" He smiled and said, "A little, but it was worth it." That one line defines life itself. It hurts, but it's worth it. Because in the end, pain fades, wounds heal, laughter returns, and your dreams soar again. But only if you have the courage to try one more time. The boy's kite flew until the sky turned purple and the stars began to appear. He stood there, watching it, proud and peaceful. To anyone else, it was just a child playing. But to the universe, it was a small soul learning one of life's greatest truths, that no obstacle can hold back someone who refuses to give up. And maybe, that's what we all need to remember. When life tangles your dreams in its branches, don't let frustration make you walk away. Climb, fall, get up, try again. Because the only difference between those who fly and those who don't, is that the ones who fly never stopped trying. Sun behind small cloud, every pain, every fall, every scar, it's not the end of your story. It's just the climb before your kite takes flight again.